Hi students, good morning. Today we are going to learn the third lesson, the Age of Industrialization, second topic. We have already learned the first topic. This is the second topic for you. So in the first topic we have learned what are the importance of industrialization, before industrialization, what are the things happen, who did found first industry, everything we have learned in the first class. Okay, this is the second class, second topic in the book. What is the hand labor and the steam power? What is the hand labor? So before industrialization, the people used more hand labor, human being. They need more human being before industrialization. Okay, after they have innovated more machines and facilities, they have used a machine. They have reduced the human power or the labor. They have reduced the labor. Because of that, most of the people affected. Because of that, most of the people affected. For example, hand labor and the steam power. How they affected? Yes, first, in Britain, no shortage of human labor. In Britain, England, London, okay, but in Britain there is no shortage of human labor. Because why? Because most of the villagers going to city. Most of the villagers going to city. Because that they are searching the work. So in Britain, no shortage of human labor because poor person, not rich person, poor person and landless farmers, landless person, they are moving to the city. They are moving to city. So not a small number of people, large number of people, thousands of people, lakh of people, they are moving from village to city. What we are doing? We are studying here. After the completion of 12th standard, going to college. Yes, Chennai, Trichy or some other college. We are going. After the completion of college also, we are working in largest cities, like Chennai, Trichy and some other state also. So, here also the farmers are moving to city because of the large numbers of going to city. So, for all the peasants, the industrialist cannot give the work. So they are waiting for the work. Large number of us. Yes, more laborers. What is that? More laborers. So what they are asking for little money also. Okay, if a person one day labor charge is, for example, 1,000 rupees. For example, only I am telling. Okay, 1,000 rupees. Yes. If there is lot of workers, what the industrialist will do? Yes, I can give only 500 or 400. Can you work or not? Okay, they will bargain. Bargain. Okay, so on the time, the laborers are ready to work because don't want to sit simply. They can earn something. So low wages. So little salary. For the little salary, they are working. Okay. So next, industrialist also. For industrialist, no problem. I already told you. For this is only problem for labor, poor persons. But industrialists are very happy because they are not having any problem. Because they are getting enough of laborers. But they are giving only low wages, low salary. Minimum amount of salary given by the industrialist. But they are having more manpower. Yes, because of the manpower, they are investing more. They are getting more profit. They are investing large investment. They are making large investment. Okay. Next, industry demand. What is the industry? Some industries are seasonal industry. You know about that. Not like cement factory. Cement factories are always working. But some industries, for example, sugar industry. What is that? Yes, when the farmers are cutting the sugar cane, they will send to factory, then it becomes sugar. Okay, and the next cotton industry. Cotton industry also seasonal. Okay, sugar industry also, sugar factory also seasonal. So this for some industries are need what the seasonal labors. They can't give whole year or 365 days. They can't give work. Okay, seasonal labor. So industries are seasonal labor. Seasonal labor. For example, gas worker, busy gold month. Yes, okay. The gas workers maximum done with the winter month, cold month. Okay. So for next month, after that, they relieve the labor. They can give the work. In the winter month only, cold month only, they can give the work. Next, more workers in the particular time. More workers in the particular time. Yes, particular time only they can do the work. Not all the time. Particular, as I told you, seasonal work. Particular time. For example, book binder, printer. Okay, book binding. In the country of England, there are more Christians. So, in the December they are celebrating Christmas festival. But then Christmas. Before that, they are printing more books for giving to all the people. Okay, binding the book, printing the book, and then next catering. They are making some cakes. Not only cakes, catering means not only cake, food items for the celebration, Christmas celebration, food item. Okay, Christmas celebration, and then next December month, maximum December month, the ship, fishing and traveling, they are using ship. So repairing work, the December month they are doing repairing work. So they need more labor in December month. They need more labor, not a small amount of large number of labor in December month, before December month. But after December, they will be unemployed. They are not having any employment, any work. So yes, some product, or that some product only handler. As for example, we are making lot of material, but all the material cannot done by the machines. Yes, for example, potter, pot making, okay, pot making. It is not done by machine. A human being only made potter. Okay, like that, more the carpenter work and some other work, lot of works were done by only human being, not by machine. So some product only hand labor. Yes, for example, designing, wall designing, drawing, designing. Okay, yes, maximum of the machine, maximum of the work done by machine we can accept. But some of the work done only by human being, So all the shapes, designs, everyone done by human being. And the compare with the human made things and machine made things, human made is better than machine made. So maximum of the people liked human made things. For example, man made. So in the time, in the beginning of the 19th century, 20th century, beginning of the 20th century, man made 500 types of hammer, sutti. Okay, how many types? 500 types. But machine made only 45 types. What is that? Human made 500 types. Okay, but machine made only 45 kinds of axes. So this is also very important. Okay, some people are liking to buy only man-made material, not machinery materials.
The Victorian Britain, the upper classes, who are the upper classes? The aristocrat and the bourgeois preferred things produced by hand. So maximum of the rich people liked to buy the handmade material, or that handmade material, not machine made material, because they are believing handmade materials are handmade materials qualities are good. So handmade product came to symbolize refinement and the class. They were better finished, individually produced and carefully designed. So machines are not carefully designed, but people taking more effort and carefully designed and individually produced, each and every material individually produced. So machine made goods are for export to colonies. So maximum they are using the machine made material to export, not in use of rich people. In countries with labor shortage, industrialists were keen on using mechanical power so that the need of human labor can be minimized. So they have because of industrial development, so human beings power become reduced, human being labor power become minimized, reduced. This was the case of 19th century America. Britain, however, had no problem hiring human hands. So next topic, the life of the workers. What the life of the workers? Because of the machinery, what happened? Life of the workers. So abundance of labor in the market affected the lives of workers. Because of increasing the industries, labor's life became affected. Labor's life affected. So as news of possibility job traveled to countryside. News of possible jobs travel to countryside. Hundreds trams of the cities are there in the countryside, or that in the countryside. From the countryside, people travel to cities because they need job. Because of that, hundreds of people, thousands of people, they are going to city. So the actual possibility getting job depended on existing network of friendship and keen relation. For example, if my friend is working in a factory, he will help me. My relation is working in a factory, he will help me. Otherwise, the friend circle, relationship circle, they are helping to their relation, they are helping to their friends. Unknown person, if you had a relative or friends in factory, you are more likely to get a quick job quickly. But not everyone had social connection. But if you are not having social connection, many job seekers had to wait weeks, spending nights under the bridges. Yes, look at this picture, Yes, without friends, without if you are not having friends, it is difficult to find the job. So but not all had social connection. Yes, many job seekers were waiting. Yes, look at this. This is under the bridge. This picture was drawn by Samuel Lookfield. So the extra question also very important. So you can read the box also. They are not having homes because of that. Houses. They are not having houses because of that. They are staying under the bridges. So some stayed in night refuges that were set up by private individuals. Others went to the casual wards maintained by poor law authorities. So under the bridges, refuges and poor land authorities. So seasonality of work in many industries meant prolonged period with the work. Seasonality, I already last video I explained. Okay, seasonality in the particular season. For example, agricultural product, agricultural work we are having in the particular time. So like that, seasonality of work in many industries meant prolonged period without work. Yes, so 4 or 5 months they have work. After that they become unemployment. Okay, they are not having work. After the busy season was over, the poor were on the street again. once again they have come to street after the winter season. Some returned to the countryside after the winter when the demand for labor in the rural areas opened up in places. So in the winter season only, the people going to city and do the work. Then once again they are going to their villages. But most looked for odd job, which till the mid 19th century were difficult to find. But some of the people are not coming to village, they are staying in cities and searching the job. But it is difficult for them. So wages increased somewhat in the early 19th century, but they tell us little about the welfare of the workers. The salary also increased little by little, so they are asking welfare of the workers. So the average figure hide the variation between the traders and the fluctuations from year to year. For instance, when prices rose sharply during the prolonged Napoleon War, the real values of what the worker earned fell significantly, since the same wages could now buy fewer things. In the Napoleonic period, all the prices were increased. The rate of bread and some other material were increased, but the salary is not increased. Because of that, they can't buy the bread and other things. Moreover, the income of the worker depended not on the wages rate alone. What was the income of the workers not only depend upon the salary. What was also critical was the period of employment. The number of days worked determined the average daily income of the worker. So at the best of the time, till the mid 19th century, about 10% of the urban population were extremely poor. Their salary depend upon not only the wages and some other problem also, because the prices, the material prices were increased. So the poor were affected more. Yes, so in the city, more than 10% of the population become extreme poor. Extreme poor. In period of economic slump like 1830s, the proportion of unemployed went up anything between 35. This is not a particular place. Some places are 35% of unemployment, some places 40, 50, 60, 70, 75. Okay, so according to the place, the unemployment become increased. Because of that, the people began to go to countryside, and the next day some of the people were died. So they are affected because of hunger. They are affected heavily. So the fear of unemployment made workers hostile to the introduction of new technology. Yes, when the spinning jenny was introduced, so already they are not having employment, but now they are introducing spinning jenny as weaving machine. Next, you can read the sources also. Sources are very important. Let's look at this picture. As I told you, sources are very important. They will ask extra question from these pictures, so give importance for the pictures. So next, the woolen industry. Women survived on hand spinning began attacking the spinning jenny. Yes, every houses there are more women. Okay, they are survived with the help of spinning. So the spinning jenny, the machine of spinning jenny attacking the new woman. New woman means because then from the spinning jenny they are producing more material. Because of that, the merchants are not buying the material from the women. Because of that, the women were affected more. So all the women went to factory and attacking the instrument. So conflict over the introduction of the jenny continued for a long time. This problem is continued a long time. After 1840s, only the people got some employment. Because of that, the government planned to extend the transport, or they give importance for transport. So after 1840s, building activity intensified in the cities, opening up greater opportunities of employment. So The government is planned to build many buildings, roads, yes, everything. Roads were widened. So road அகலப்படுத்துறாங்க. Roads were widened. New railway station came up. Because of that, when they are making railway station, when they are building roads, okay, so they need more labors. Definitely they need more labors. Railway lines were extended, tunnel dug. So they have extended as one way railway track change into double way. Okay, so extended. Next, tunnel dug. They are taking the tunnel, drainage, and sewers led, river embanked. So these for this activity they need more manpower. So number of workers employed, because of that they have given work for number of people employed in the transport industry doubled in the 1840s. Doubled compared with the 1830s, 1840s doubled, and doubled again in the subsequent 30 years. Next 30 years, after that doubled or increasing the workers level increased. Because of that they got some money, they have run the family. Okay, thank you.